All right. I don't know why I didn't play it.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Hey Boo. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can.
Okay. I'm not used to this. I've been in my room with my earphones on. I can hardly hear myself. Hi, everybody. How y'all doing? How was y'all's week?
Good.
Good. So I'm
Good.
Jackie. That's Chrissy, the Listen Queen, and that's Emmy down there. Hi, Emmy. How
Hello.
was your
Hey,
week?
how you doing, Jackie? Doing
Good.
good. It was good.
It was
I
good.
totally lost
Good.
this now. I gotta find this. Can't find where I put this. Oh shit.
There, I sent it to
So,
you. Link.
Found it.
So today we're going to talk about spirit boxes, and
Yeah.
I'm interested in it. I was listening to some this week, and I sent them to the group. One was of John Benet Ramsey.
Mhm.
Yes.
That one was kind of creepy for me. I listened to a few minutes of it. I was like, oh, okay. I was like,
Well,
wow.
so I actually listened to it as well. And I listened to the whole thing. Um, some people who do spirit boxes, I think even if we don't like them on some of the sessions that they do, I think other sessions can be genuine while some aren't.
I
Yeah.
agree with you on that.
On this particular video, Jackie, that you had sent us, I firmly believe that it's an authentic video. And I firmly believe that he was speaking to the spirit of the little girl. Um,
Wow.
and you know when you watch the video, so we'll show everybody the video. But what got me? Am I allowed on this show?
That's Anthony.
I know who it is.
You don't dare. We would tear you up.
Just remember, family friendly for the comments.
We would
um,
tear you up.
this is not unholy trinity. um, I forget what I was saying. Oh, I know what I was saying. So the spirit box that he designed, he goes into how he designed it and how it
Yeah.
works.
That's an
And
awesome spirit box.
it is, and how it's designed is basically to me fail proof when you actually are getting interaction on the box because it's not done like some other spirit boxes. Okay. Um, so before we roll it, did you want to discuss anything else or do you want me to get it pulled up so we can roll it? What do you want to do, Jackie?
So, I mean, so his spirit box, I think is really awesome. So, I mean, so what would, and you say this is authentic, so it's really her speaking to
I
me.
believe it is. Everybody has their opinion, and I would respect anybody who didn't agree with mine because everybody's entitled to their own opinion or their own feeling or what they get out of the video. Um, but you got to listen to it thoroughly through, and you got to get what you
Right,
feel while you're listening to it. Hey,
right.
everybody.
We'll listen to a few minutes of it, and maybe if anybody has any questions, we can answer them or
The
X.
whole thing is like 12 minutes, and actually it's
12
better to
minutes?
watch. Yeah, it's
Okay,
actually
we'll
better
watch
to watch
the
the
whole
whole
thing.
thing through.
Do I need to
Because
put a headset on for it, or am I fine with my regular
You're
speakers?
fine because it's plenty loud.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Hold tight. Okay. Jackie, I need you to hit share. Okay.
JonBenet Ramsey, are you still with me tonight? This is on. You can talk. I'll hear you, okay? Let me turn this up a little bit. I thank you for the information and answers you gave me the other day. When you were here on Earth in your body, I know you're better now, you said. You're in heaven. Do you remember who killed you? Who is it? Who was the person who did that to you? Hey, her. Did that person kill you in the basement?
It's a scary headline for the front page of Boulder, Colorado's small-town daily newspaper. A warning from the mother of a little beauty queen, JonBenet Ramsey, who was murdered in her own home sometime Christmas night.
A lot of people. There's a mystery, JonBenet. For a long time. What happened when you died? How did that happen?
Based on the information you've seen from the autopsy, can you walk us through what happened to this little girl?
She was strangled with a ligature and was struck with a heavy object with considerable force.
Beckner confirmed John and Patsy Ramsey remain under the umbrella of suspicion. And police want to talk to the parents again. They have new questions.
Do you remember who it was that hit you with the bottle? Much love to you, JonBenet. I love you too. Stay in the light, okay? JonBenet Ramsey, this is Steve Huff again. We've been talking for a few nights. You've been giving me information. I'm already feeling your energy. I thank you for coming in. You've been such a courageous, strong spirit. I thank you. Talking now. You are so good. You connect so amazing. You're back. I come with love, you know that. Now, you've told me You've mentioned a her. You hate her. You mentioned he lied. Was there more than one person involved in your death, JonBenét? JonBenét, we're trying to see if we can figure out what happened to you by talking to your spirit. Again, we're looking to reach the spirit of JonBenét Ramsey to see if we can uncover some answers of this mystery. This is not something I normally do, but with this new device and the clarity and the directness when we connect, I think it could be pretty amazing. You're a very special spirit, okay?
Just 4 months ago, the Ramseys were members of Boulder's social elite. John Ramsey, the self-made millionaire who turned a computer company he founded in his basement into $1 billion a year operation. And Patricia, a former beauty queen herself, Miss West Virginia 1977, who had introduced her daughter to child beauty pageants just a year before she died.
Do you want to talk tonight?
Yeah.
Love your light. I love your light too. I can feel your light. We were talking about your murder. It's such a mystery even to this day, all these years later. So many people wonder what happened to you and who killed you at such a young age. You've told me you were hit with a bottle in the face and the nose and the head. You said he lied and you hate her. You said quite a few things, JonBenét. Do you remember who it was that hit you with the bottle? JonBenét, do you remember who hit you with the bottle? If you remember this information, it would be pretty remarkable. I mean, I don't think police would take this as any kind of information. Not many people believe in this kind of thing, but we know it's true. JonBenét, trying to figure out the mystery of what happened to you, if this is really the soul of JonBenét Ramsey, who killed you?
Talking about accused her of dressing her up like a little adult. Was there any inappropriate behavior going on?
Absolutely not.
Your mother hurt you. You hate her. You said it again. Why do you hate your mother? What did your mother do?
Boulder DA Alex Hunter has admitted there may never be an arrest in this case. It's been just over 4 months now since the little beauty queen's body was found.
I'll let you go, okay? Do you want to go now? Do you want to go back? Okay. We'll end this for tonight. I thank you so much and I love you, okay? Stay in the light. Do you have any other messages? Be good. You too, okay? Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm Steve Huff, and thank you for watching my sessions trying to reach out to the soul of JonBenét Ramsey. I've received probably well over 1,000 requests to do this, I'd say over the last 8 or 9 years. Now, I've been doing this for 11 years. There are well over 1,200 videos on this channel documenting my history with spirit contact and communication. I've dedicated my life to finding ways to connect with and speak with spirits on the other side.
What you just witnessed was 100% real, can be proven, and it cannot be debunked in any way, shape, or form by anyone on earth. In fact, I will happily do this in person, anywhere, anytime. Before I tell you exactly how the Miracle Box works, it's important that anyone watching understand how it is spirits speak to us. Spirits are not physical. When we leave our body, when that soul leaves our body, that soul is energy. It's light energy. That soul then moves on into the afterlife, and depending on how you lived your life here will depend on where that soul goes. This is according to the spirits I've communicated with over the last 11 years. Spirits do not have a body. They do not have a brain. They do not have a mouth. They do not have a throat. They do not have a voice box. They do not have eyes. How do they speak if they don't have any of this? It's kind of a little bit hard to understand for some people, but spirits manipulate audio to speak. We have to give spirits a voice, number one. We have to connect with them, and we have to give them a vessel to communicate through. In this case, I'm the vessel, I'm the operator. When a spirit comes in, that spirit energy, which they come through after you connect, right? You can't just turn on a box and instantly talk to spirits. It takes a lot of work. I've been building my connection really hard for the last 5 years, but really over the last 11. When we connect with spirit, that spirit comes down and we can connect with them anywhere. We don't have to go to a haunted location or anything like that. We can connect, once you learn how to do it, with almost any spirit, no matter where you are. That spirit will come down, actually enter your body. In this case, I was the operator, so the spirit enters my body, which they have validated hundreds of times, and you feel that energy when they do it. They then use our mind, our eyes, and speak the language the operator speaks, because there's no language on the other side. Language is a product of our life here, things we learn, things that are in our brain. We don't have any limitations as a spirit, as a soul. And as I always say, love is the key, and that's really what the key is to this life and the next. This is how all of this is possible, through love, respect, empathy, care, trust. The spirit has to trust me in order to come in. When that spirit comes in and we give them the right tool to be able to be heard and speak, in which case you saw that session with my Miracle Box. That's my 4th or 5th device over the last 11 years. I call it the Miracle Box because if we hear a reply coming in, it is without question a spirit speaking. In fact, it's impossible for it to be anything else, and therefore a real miracle is taking place. And some of you may scoff at that, but if you understand how this all works, you would agree with me. There are miracles taking place. Now, we have to give spirit a voice because they don't have one. Every spirit box ever made, every app for spirit communication ever made, every gizmo for spirit contact ever made, gives spirit an audio source to use. Spirits will actually physically alter and change the audio we give them in real time to form sentences and direct answers and messages. I've been experimenting and finding ways to do this for the last 11 years. And today, with this new box, it's about as good as it's ever been. This is what the Holy Grail is for ITC, to have full back and forth conversational sessions with spirit. And that's what I've been doing. If you look at my last 10 videos or so, or more, you will see what I'm talking about as I have been testing this new device. But it's not about the device. The device is an important part, but the connection we establish is number one. Without that connection, all that would be coming through that Miracle Box is pure gibberish. That is what is loaded in. Now, spirits can manipulate almost any audio, white noise, water, sounds, clicks, pops, but they can't manipulate those very well and be clear and fluid. What they like is human tones and human voice. But we don't want to just load in somebody talking into the box, which we can, and they will change it if they come in. But the times they're not changing it can lead to a false positive, meaning it wasn't really a spirit. With the Miracle Box and the Miracle Box app, They're both false positive free because all the audio is reversed human speech that is pure gibberish. Now, in the case of Joan Benet, I fed in the voice of a little girl in reverse with no legible words, phrases, or anything of the nature, anything like that.
What is that?
If we give the spirit we're searching for a similar voice to what they had in life, it makes it easier to connect. I've also discovered this. If we have the voice of the specific spirit, which I've discovered a few years ago, that really helps dramatically. And I do that for some of my members here. They send me a voice recording of their loved one. I reverse it, feed it into the box, and we connect. So what you heard there was something that was pretty miraculous. All of those answers that were given by the spirit were relevant to the murder of JonBenét Ramsey. Now, I can't guarantee you that that was the soul of JonBenét, because I can't say, oh, look, here she is, right? Because it's energy. All I can go by is the feeling I get, what I see here, and they do show me, and the answers we receive. Now, I believe fully 100% that was the soul of JonBenét. I felt her energy, and there was a lot more that didn't make it to this video. She came in every time, every night, and she was ready to talk. She showed me things that were pretty vivid, and the answers, as you saw, are totally relevant to her case. Again, she took that gibberish and turned it into answers. The Miracle Box app that's coming out in a week or so will have this audio track that I used. It will be called Female Child, and anyone can try it and see what I'm talking about. So,
okay. So
Wow.
Amy, if you're talking to us, we can't hear you, sweetie.
Sorry.
That's okay. I just wish you weren't talking to me and Jackie. So to address some of the comments we got going on here, we don't necessarily have to like him as a person, but the device in which he used could be a really good tool. And we basically ran the entire video through because I wanted everybody to see how the device was built, what the word bank was, because technically when you're running in reverse, it's not a word bank. It's like he said, it's gibberish. So when a lot of us as paranormal investigators use the SB7 or SB11, you're running on radio frequency, which can be forward and backwards depending upon how you adjust your sweep and how fast it's sweeping. The way he designed the Miracle Box, it would appear that there's no other way for an actual word to come through if it's not spirit or a spirit. So what'd you think, Jackie, Emmy?
Let Jackie speak.
I thought it was creepy, but I like him. I like him. I think that box is like awesome. The only question I had was that really her? And he gave us a good answer at the end.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, how you know if that's really her speaking? You know.
Well, I mean, technically speaking, for what I call a true confirmation, there would have needed to be questions asked that only family members or close ones to the little girl could have asked, and they would be the only ones that would know the answers to confirm beyond a shadow of a doubt that it was her. But I believe it was. I do. And I know a lot of people in the comments are upset with him, saying that you know, he does crazy videos and he does try to connect to people who have passed away quickly. Now, this little girl, he did not. She's been gone for a very long time. But he did try to connect to Lisa Marie Presley, which was just
Shouldn't have
Give it
done
time.
that so soon.
give it,
Yeah.
no, give it time. Give it time.
He
Um,
done that with a lot of people, and
Yeah.
yeah.
a lot. Very disrespectful. From what I know of him, I can't remember which videos. I can probably find them, but some of them have been faked. The box. He had pulled sound bites out of movies, and it's been proven. So that's my issue with him. He's probably a nice guy. I'm not going to judge him, but you know, trying to communicate with people too soon, like you said, 14-hour day, or 14 days. He loves to tag everybody in, and all his stuff, he does monetize it. Whether if it's monetized right then, he'll eventually go back through and monetize it. I just have a problem with how he works with that box. That box, to me, I mean, if it's going backwards, like somebody can say or tell you it's blue, but it's actually white. You know, like that dress, the blue white thing. So certain words can actually, you know, if they tell you what it says, you're going to think that's what it says, especially going back, you know, sweeping backwards.
I don't know that I necessarily agree with that, Emmy, and I'll tell you why. Because I do use ITC equipment, and I would say 99% of the time when I'm hearing or vocalizing what I hear, not everybody in the room even hears what I hear. Does that make sense?
True. No,
you get what I'm saying. So
yeah, because I hear lower tones than somebody else might not hear.
Correct. So, I mean, I'm with you on the you can tell people, okay, this is really blue when actually it's purple, you know, and you put that in their mindset. But when you are picking up on things and you get a feeling and you get that sense, you just know when it's
well. If he didn't put the words up there, would you have been able to actually hear those words? Yeah.
Some, not all.
Guys,
not all.
I wasn't watching the video. I was listening to the video. I was
Okay.
literally cooking while I was listening. And that is why I came and I messaged you both in our
Right.
group chat and said, look, I think this is legit. I really do, because I wasn't looking at the screen. So he wasn't impressing what I was audibly hearing. So, I mean, I get what you're saying, but
Yeah.
I guess I should have been specific to say I wasn't even looking at the screen because I was cooking. I
Okay.
just had the phone laying down. I was busy doing my thing in the kitchen, listening to the video.
You know, I have that app on my phone too. For whatever reason, I just don't like that app, and I don't know if it's because I can't understand it or what. It's not a preference of mine to say. And like I said, the guy's probably a nice guy, but just
So-
disrespecting so many people like that's where I have a problem with.
What ITC device do you use?
I use mainly SB7 or my Alice box or a Necro if I
that?
need to.
What's
What's the
Alice
Alice box?
Yeah.
It's an ITC box that I got from UK. I thought you guys have seen it.
We have it.
It's not right here at the moment. When we take a break, I'll find it. But it's a word bank box, and it speaks. I use it on a lot of my videos. I haven't seen anybody else have one.
It's a word bank box.
Well, it's an ITC box, and it will speak words. And normally it'll speak one word at a time.
Okay.
But
So
this
it's like-
box is
So it's like an Ovilus.
yes.
Okay. I have the Ovilus 5.
See, I want the Ovilus. I'm jealous
you
of
have
everybody
the-
who's got the Ovilus.
But I also have an SB11.
See, I don't like the SB11. I think it's just too many buttons, but I like the PSB7.
Because the SB11 is double. It's a dual radio wave is why. And a lot of people don't like it. But what you may not know is on the SB11, you don't have to run both sides of the box.
Right.
You can just sweep each side as individual.
Okay.
So you can shut one side down if you're not comfortable with both sweeping.
Gotcha. And I got the S box too, but that one, I don't know. I think it picks up too much radio.
Yeah, we have that one. The Xbox.
What's Denise talking about? She's talking about Ernie. He's literally a trophy husband. He has no schedule. Sleeps until noon. Gets anything he wants without going to work. Jeez, don't feel sorry for him. That's funny. But does more hand one? What is hand one? More than one word. Alice Box can say a sentence.
Oh, yeah. So my Alice box originally is supposed to say just one word at a time, but it's like the more I use it, it starts spitting out 2, 3, 4 words. It's it's really weird. It's not supposed to do that, but it does.
Wow.
S-Box. S-Box sucks. What?
The S box. I
have the Ovilus 5, Steven.
See, anybody want to hook me up? I'll buy an Ovilus. This is here, guys. I've been wanting one for so long. Tony has one, but she won't sell it to me.
They're not cheap.
No, I know. I know.
What? The obvious?
No.
Ovilus, yeah.
No.
I haven't forgotten about the Ovilus. I'm still looking at that. Awesome, Pam. Awesome.
I'm still looking.
All right, I'll find my thing. Hold on, I'll be right back.
I don't know why you wouldn't be able to find the Ovilus. What is that main website? Shoot, Eileen, my brain just went blank. But there's a website that typically always has them.
Are they expensive?
Yeah, they're very expensive. I looked up and I was in a group chat with several paranormal investigators all over. Well, somebody was stepping away from the field and was getting rid of some equipment. And this was literally brand new, still in the pack, had never been taken out of the box.
I'm jealous.
So, and I paid about $100 under what it really was worth, but she wanted rid of it. But I also didn't want to screw her because I know what she paid for it, because it was like 3 months old. Wow. So it was still brand new to the field when I bought it.
So this is the Alice box.
Okay.
It's welcome to Alice. So the lights will light up and then it'll wait. And then when you hear a noise, like if you just sit it down, let's see. There was one night we were doing a live stream and it started throwing out names. It wasn't making sense. It was throwing out like atoms and presidents. And next thing you know, she was talking about one of the presidents and his whole family. He was throwing out his wife's name and the kid's name. So I'm asking, Lexa's here, Alexa off, who his kids' names were and stuff like that. And she would say it. Did that make your Alexa go off?
No, look what Gabe wrote.
I tried. Oh my God.
Gabe!
Oh my God.
Wrong show.
Right? Egg count. Oh my God. Speaking of eggs, I don't even want to get to the egg thing. Wow. See?
June.
You turned it on?
Coffee.
June and coffee. And it does pop the words up right here. It's hard to see. but it'll say Dune coffee. She'll say something else, but there's times she says 2 or more words. Like I think the most is 4, maybe 5, but
Yeah.
I'm for sure 4, and the words will just glide across. So that's what
Yeah.
I like using, and I haven't seen anybody else use her.
Yeah.
But
I'd
that was
never
a
even heard
weird
of her.
session. That was a weird session because the way she was talking, it sounds like how mom and dad did it. Right?
Right?
I mean, they were under suspicion for a very long time, but they never could nail it down. And then there was this, I think there was a documentary done that made her brother look like a suspect.
Yeah.
I don't believe that anybody was ever arrested for her murder.
Sight.
Grand.
See, and you just after a while you start putting the words together and it starts to make sense. Or when I've taken her to the cemetery, she was actually okay, Stephen. She was warning me as I'm walking through the cemetery. Look behind you. Watch out. And then down towards the end of my video and Jay's video, somebody was sneaking up into the cemetery where we were at, only one way up and one way down, or one way out and stuff. And between her and the SB7, I was being warned.
So it was somebody that was live that was following you, not a
Yes.
spirit.
No.
Oh, wow. Were you alone?
It would look like I was alone.
Mandy.
It would look like I was alone because Jay was up over the hill.
Unit.
And so I'm wearing a backpack, walking around, with the camera and whatnot. So when this guy walks in, he's only seeing me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of a shady area. So it just made you wonder. And then when Jay come down, if you watch the video, you can see this guy just really creeping around, looking between the V's of the trees, branches and stuff, watching us. And just a whole bunch of weird stuff was happening.
J Max said number 44, right, Emmy? Was it that the video number you're talking about?
The what?
The video number on your YouTube?
Oh, I don't know. Is it number 44? Because he's got it on his too. I never remember mine.
Moat.
Oh yeah, Moat. Yes, it was the number 44.
Liquid.
Liquid. This was the 44th at the time box was made. That's what he's saying. But it's been 2 years, and I've never had a problem with her. I've taken her like everywhere. Like when we went to, that's the other thing. When we went to the ship there in North Carolina, before anybody turned on any cameras, I mean, everybody was there. I turned her on, and she started talking ship, soldier, war before she was even on, and everybody's like, and she started throwing out names and stuff, and some of the names were from the people there.
That's awesome.
Yes, it is.
I think we all have our toolboxes of equipment. And
yeah,
I mean, I would venture to say that most investigators are going to say that the recorder is their number one device. Oh, Lord. That's not good. Good thing you guys were there with her.
Yeah.
I never go alone anywhere for investigating.
No, I don't either. Like I said, when I'm here in town, my husband is my partner here, so he goes with me. Sometimes I'll go with other friends that I know, but majority of the time he's with me, and because of stuff like that, and even when the guy saw him, the guy was still creeping around like a wolf stalking us. You gotta watch the video. I'll send that to you later on. I'll point out the spot and you'll be like, what?
Definitely. That is creepy. For sure.
Hey, Steven, I'm going to write you an IOU on that, okay?
That's a lot of money. Steven has a miracle box.
So somebody also said in the comments, so how long is it good to wait before trying to connect? So what I'm going to say to that is this. So if you are led by spirit to connect to spirit, a day or two after death, then that should be a personal, intimate experience. That should not be something that you're putting out on the internet or whatnot. Because if spirit is connecting to you that soon, which I'm not saying that it can't happen, then there's a message that needs to be given, probably to a loved one.
Yep.
But I would not do it for monetization.
No.
I would not put it on YouTube. It's just like any other connection to spirit. And I'm not saying that anybody that puts YouTube videos out there and monetizes them in the paranormal field are bad, because it teaches us all things, and it shows us things, and it validates spirits and connection to spirit and whatnot in and of itself. But there is a line for respect too. And I think any of us, if we had a loved one who was connecting to a spirit device, would we truly want that put out there?
No.
I mean, to me, it would
That's
be
too soon.
If it's soon, yeah. But let's say it's 10 years down the road. Are we
Still wouldn't,
okay?
I wouldn't want it.
Or would we be okay with it? Now, to me, I mean, I guess if the person who was doing the interaction with the spirit box asked for permission from the family, it would be one thing. But if we're talking spirits that have been gone for, 100, 200 years, nobody left to ask, then is it okay? Or is it still disrespectful?
I just, with him, anytime it's close to somebody's birthday, a movie star, Queen Elizabeth, the passing, he'll either do it within a week or so after the passing, or if it's around their birthday time, he'll do it then. It's like whatever name's the most popular in social media is what he uses to get those views. That's how I see it.
She said,
what did you
say? Go back to Pam's comment. I'm sorry, Jackie.
No, that's where I was going to. It keeps getting away from me. There you go.
I kept private, but I did spirit box after my husband passed because I wanted to know he was okay. And Pam, honey, I'm not saying that it's not okay to connect the day of a death. And I'm just saying putting it out there for monetization reasons is questionable.
Like Jay said, trending death. So who's ever trending is the time he will. And there's other YouTubers that we know of too that's not as big as him that have done that before too.
Yeah.
And it's just really sad that they're using that. I'm all for them. If you can talk to them, communicate with them, that's awesome, but not too soon, and don't throw their name out there. Because the family's gonna be searching or whatever, or something comes up.
Because
it's gonna be him talking,
Pam said, because not everyone is an investigator, but a lot of people are connected to spirits. Oh, absolutely. You don't have to be you do not have to be an investigator. You don't even have to be gifted to be able to connect to spirits. When spirits want to talk to you, they're going to talk to you. But I will say that typically speaking, when it comes to the loss of a loved one, they typically don't connect real soon. Because you're not ready. You have to process the loss first. Great topic. I personally think instead of making contact with recent celebrities who have just passed away, why don't they try to make contact with their own family members and look for answers that way? I mean, yeah.
I was going to say there was Tony in chat may remember the name. There was this paranormal group that actually went and got permission from Gabby Petito's family to try to open up and communicate. And this was before she was found, but I can't remember. It was a smaller team, not in the millions, but like maybe 200, 500,000. But they were the only ones that went and got permission to do that. So I can't remember who they were though.
Yeah.
But that I'm okay with that too. If you're going to get permission, and they were like, okay, let's do this, because it was before her body was found. Maybe, you know, there's clues out there. But just to go and, you know, Lisa Marie dies 14 hours later, I'm going to talk to her and her dad, and yeah, no,
Okay.
I
Did anybody
can't
do
do
one
that.
on Elvis Presley lately? I never saw
Yeah,
one
he
on
did.
Elvis
Huff
Presley.
did.
He did? I mean,
Yeah, he's
usually
done it
I
on him
do
too.
watch his. I usually do watch his because I think that's awesome what he does, and I think the Miracle Box is like it's awesome. I never saw nothing like it.
J Max said, I think it's socially immoral as well. Too soon kind of thing. I agree,
Yeah.
J Max.
You know, and like Pam, if it's family members, you know, that curiosity is out there. And especially if it was a sudden death, you want to know. I mean, you just want to hear them or something like that. And sometimes they don't come through, but they try.
Well, yeah. Here's the problem with that, though, and we've kind of had this discussion before. It's number one, you need to grieve, and you need to walk through the stages of grief first and accept the loss, then try that connection. The loss of anybody's death, whether it be natural, suicide, car wreck, plane wreck, drowning, whatever, murder. Yeah, people want that closure. They want that. But until you've processed that they're truly gone, talking to them again sometimes is not what's best for you. I saw somebody said something, it was several years after his suicide, but yes, I would never make money on someone's personal loss. Well, and several years is enough time for most people to walk through that grieving process. You're talking a month or two? No, especially if it was somebody you were related to or super close to, in my opinion. But to each their own. I mean,
my husband's got a point there too. And a lot of people, I wouldn't say a lot, I mean, some people that I've talked to that have done the spirit box after a loved one's passed, it's almost like an addiction, because now they want to hear, they want to know what he's going to say or she's going to say. And like he says, they don't have time to grieve because they think they're communicating, which may not be.
So that technically leaves that person, their loved one, still alive in their mind, and they're not. I mean, their spirit, and they're no longer in their body, you know. So yes, they can connect and communicate, but understanding and accepting that they're no longer in this realm needs to be done through the grief process. And I know this all too well because I walked through it in 2019 when my husband of 22 years died. Always curious with the millions of people that we have on earth, why would these celebrities want to chat with unfamiliar people? Always been curious about. Oh, well, I mean, here's the thing. I mean, celebrity or not celebrity, if a spirit wants to come through, they're going to come through. They may have stuff to say. They just want to be, may want to be messing with you. I mean, I make the ongoing joke that I'm going to pass out K2 meters and recorders at my funeral, you know, because I'm like, you know, if you can connect, then connect. But, you know, it's probably a little morbid for me to say that, but it is what it is. When a spirit wants to talk, they're going to talk.
Yep.
She said, okay, I have a friend that one of the big shows went to where her dad was killed and did an investigation. It was horrible for her because it misrepresented her father and the situation. Anita, the shows a lot of the time, and I'm going to say about 99% of the time, misrepresent the situation, the spirits, and any evidence that truly was out there. Very few shows give the true facts and true evidence.
Yep.
I do believe there are certain people whom I've loved. If they came through, it would make me break down. So I can understand what you are saying. And the spirits know, Gabe. They know when you're ready and when you're not ready. They know when to come through and when not to come through to you specifically. I'm going to have chapstick passed out and be buried.
Stan.
Stop it.
Listen, Matt. Listen.
Hey, Matt.
I am feeling better. Thank you, Matt.
Oh, I don't understand my Ray come through, which was 2018, but my daughter 2017, I never hear from her. You're not ready yet. I love you, Joanne, and I know you want to, but you're not ready because you're still not in that grieving process with her. It will come, but not yet. Listen, don't you be yelling at us, ladies, sir.
Listen.
She said, no kidding. That's old news. That's why it's the entertainment industry. And Anita, honey, it ain't really entertainment. It irritates the fire out of me. Like if I sit there and try to watch them shows, I get mad because I'm like, that is not factual. That's bullcrap. My wife never need to work again, Danny. Just saying.
Just stopping by to show love to you awesome ladies. Have another show
Quick before I got to head out. Head to bed. 4 a.m. comes quickly. Good night, Matt. We love you.
Good night, Matt. Good night. Listen, Matt. Good night.
Aw. Well, happy heavenly birthday to Ray.
Today's my dog's 1-year birthday. Does that count?
Yeah, sure. Happy birthday. Pam,
you.
you're right. Pam said they also know when someone is gifted. So how I explain that is basically they can see a light. They can see your aura and they know that you can see and hear. So yeah, they know. So I want this to be on record. The first 3 places I'm going to after death is number 1, Crystal Woodard. Number 2, Courtney Peterson. Number 3, Chrissy Baggett. And the very last is Steve Huff.
That's funny.
I would think there has to be an adjustment. When somebody enters the afterlife, lots of things are going to seem unfamiliar and very, very different. Laughing out loud. I don't know. Maybe they have an afterlife tour guide that will show them the ropes. Steve, I believe, and this is just my personal opinion, but I believe there's probably like a window of 10 to 14 days of transition. Now I'm not dead, so I can't really say for sure, but that's just the sense that I get with some of the connections that I've had with living and then death and then the transition back. So I think it's about 14 days. Much love, Matt. Say hi to Mackenzie for us. What? Why is the word birthday not allowed in your vocabulary, sister?
Oh, because remember I say it's my birthday every day, and Tony's always going, it's not your birthday. Shut up, not your birthday.
Funny.
Oh, by the way, Gabriel, happy birthday. Wait, is that my Gabriel or your Gabriel?
Which Gabriel?
I don't know. Usually.
Are you talking about, let me see.
No, it must be your Gabriel. Never mind.
Gabriel,
not mine.
Gabriel.
Yeah, that's your Gabe. It's not his birthday. Never mind.
One popular site is Utter Bollocks. I know people who were at St. Albans when it was a hospital. The BS now is off the charts. They lied on Amy Allen's show about what they wanted done. Those spirits could be settled and cleared with one call. Money traps that exploit the dead seriously trigger me. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can't. When people talk about these shows, I will honestly tell you, they're like, Chrissy, did you see this? Did you see? No.
I like Amy Allen.
What happens when Chrissy sits down to watch these? Chrissy gets angry. really
Don't you
angry.
like Amy Allen?
I do. Amy Allen is legit. She is legit. She is a psychic. She's usually spot on. But she's a rarity in the field. She really is. I mean, we all know those investigators who fake evidence and fake demonic activity. Let's face it. Demonic activity on an investigation is about 0.1% for everybody.
Thank you.
You could face an angry spirit and think it's demonic when really it's not. It's just a butthole. I heard a growl. Well, grumpy people growl.
Or do sighs.
That's the only one I would watch. Amy
I'm
Allen.
gonna go investigate
I
with
love
Chrissy.
I love Amy
I
Allen.
tell it like it is. And people who come with us and are like trying to fake stuff, I'll look and say, look,
Yep.
You know what? No,
I'm with you on that one.
we're not playing that game. I believe it is not up to someone else to say to someone else when it's okay or how long it will take. Loses, no matter if they're related or not, it's about the relationship you had with that person you lost. So time is not the important part when contacting those who have passed on. I respectfully disagree in that I think you need to grieve a little bit first.
Like J Max said up there too. Yes. It does become addicting, especially if you're thinking you're hearing your loved one and you want to talk to them every day.
And that makes it like they're still alive.
Yeah.
And when they're not. There are like 3 of us like Amy Allen here. Unlike her, we clear the spirits and problems. We don't leave it up to the client. Yeah, no. You never leave it up to the client. No.
Wait a minute. Who said that? Wait.
Tony.
Never heard of Amy Allen? Wow. That's crazy.
Hey, ladies, it's like almost 7 o'clock. Our hour is up. Thank everybody for coming in and watching our show tonight. We will see you
That
next
was
week
fast.
on Hey Brew. I know.
This is a cliffhanger now, you guys.
Cliffhanger. We turn back next week, people.
Not gonna run away from you.